Concentrate on the game. Here we go. Eyes down at the front house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're live. Okay, so third part of Conan, Vultures of Shem. The camera pans over hard-baked clay desert. As it starts to pan up, you realize that there are the bodies of men and horses, blood soaked and dried into the clay. And the camera continues to move forwards, and you begin to realize that it's following some wheel ruts, a rough trail that leads down past a freshly slaughtered set of soldiers. The site, obviously, recently of a large, well, not a large battle, but a violent confrontation. The camera continues to follow and leads up into the foothills, and tracks eventually into ruins, small broken pieces of building made of black stone creeping up out of the dust and out of the broken paving. And then as it pans up further, you see in the foreground several figures, one being a man being helped by a woman. He's got blood caked all over his clothes, and he's staggering, barely able to stand. And in the background, the broken city becomes slowly less and less broken. Behind these people are the ancient ruins of a huge city made of black stone, disappearing off into the distance. The four of you stand with Prince Satabus, his arm around Neferet's neck, as he tells you that we have to go and find. We have to go and find. And I've forgotten the name. Neferet's sister. It was all going so well. Her name was not Judy. I know definitely that her name was not Judy.
Esmeralda.
Go away.
Nancy from the pub down the road.
Wench.
And it was all going so well. It was all going so well. Amunet. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, it was. Satabus is saying to you, we must go and rescue Amunet.
Okay, I'm going to stand back. I'm going to say, I've already rescued one princess today who promised me a large reward, and I've not seen the reward yet.
If you get me and Neferet and Amunet back to Karaja, the reward will be probably more money than you've ever seen.
I thought I was going for a Star Wars quote.
I don't know. I can think of quite a bit. Thank you, Charlie.
That was why I said I didn't say more money than you could imagine.
But I suppose you're going to tell me that this is all dependent on me going and getting Amunet. Right, which way did you go?
We need to find her. He's not for a moment suggesting that you go on your own.
We're all going together, aren't we?
He's definitely of the opinion that, you know, it doesn't matter how injured he is. He speaks with the pure stupidity of a man in love. He's
What's a fool?
Is that sensible, sir? In your current condition, would you not slow us down and make us worry about having to keep you safe as well?
We have to see. Let's see if we can find her. The last thing we need to do is get split up.
Then let's move.
Okay.
I'm going to ask him what direction she headed off in. I'm not too sure about Simon, but I think that I could probably scout a little bit ahead, and having a bit of a kinship with Simon, I think we could probably together cover more ground together than me alone.
Using what? Stealth? Observation?
Well, we've been travelling for the last couple of days now, and I've seen how well he handles an animal and his background, and I think us Heconians have a natural flair for scouting ahead and being comfortable within the horse.
Who are you calling Herconian? I'm not a Herconian.
Well, I'm not saying you are, sir, but you have tendencies of that race.
You telling me I'm half Herconian now?
I think so.
I'm not half Herconian.
Yeah.
But you're as good at the horse as I am, nearly, maybe.
It's very decisive.
So, Louis, I'm going to have a hunt around, because didn't you mention before that you know, for the amount of people he's been fighting, there didn't seem to be that many actually lying around him.
No, he's told you. He's already told you the story that he was fighting Asurai when some things turned up. There was this charnel stench, and these hideous beings chittering and meeping. Distended jaws, long fangs, eyes and burning, clothes torn and filthy, came and they attacked both the Asurai and him and
okay. Can you give us an indication of where they came from, what direction?
They killed almost everybody, and he kind of points in a vague direction of where he thinks they were dragging her when he was knocked unconscious. But yes, he gestures off in and says they seem to come from that direction. That's where I think they were heading back to, but they knocked him unconscious before they went.
So using my sharp senses, can I do an observation test of the area?
You can. What I'd like you to do, if you guys want, do you guys want to search and see if you can find? Okay.
I can search the entire area using my
searching the entire city in a single.
No, the entire area, not the city.
Yeah. Yeah, you can search everything in close.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
everything
nothing...
at reach. I can search
everything at reach. Okay.
As close and reach.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you've already searched the area immediately around where you are now, and
so I might pick up footprints and other bits of which way they went and approximately how many feet. You never know. There's
a where you are now. There are a mixture of the sandaled feet, probably the Asurai, and there's been a lot of fighting going on. There are bodies strewn around the place. Everything's scuffed up. There are also what look like unshoed bare feet have also been unshod. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, there's unshod feet have been here. There's you can see that as well. But trying to make out exactly what's in the immediate area is a bit tricky. What I will do is say, if you guys want to make me a survival roll, if you're searching, that's probably the best way to search, is to do a survival roll. You can, if you want to, group together and get somebody to make it, and the rest of you to oh come on, what's the word?
Work together. Assist.
Assist is the word I was looking for.
Right, I was thinking about this all the last couple of weeks. Does it make sense for 2 of us to make the roll and 2 to assist with those making the rolls to give us a better chance?
You probably get a better chance if you all assist.
So who's the best?
Okay, I'm on 13-3.
I'm on 11-3.
12-3. Let's Doug go. Miss Bell's got better.
No, I don't. I can't see where I am.
Top right hand
now.
corner or near.
So you each make 1, I make 2.
5th one down on the right hand side.
Yeah, you're on a 9-1, Bell.
Got it. Thank you. Could not see the word observation. I failed my observation check to find observation.
I wasn't observation. This is survival.
I doubly failed my survival check at spotting the word survival underneath the word observation.
It's even better.
Go on then. So Doug's in charge. Is it? Go then.
Okay, so do your rolls.
Are we doing 1d20?
Everybody,
1d20 and I do 2.
That's it.
Not in Google Hangouts, you twit.
Good roll, Simon. Yeah, not bad,
That's
guys.
good.
Oh yes, not a double, but definitely 2 singles.
Mine's a fail for me.
Mine's a fat pass.
So that's 4 passes, Louis.
Okay, that's all pretty good. I'm trying to work out. So Simon's got 4 momentum sitting there, and I'm trying to work out whether or not that momentum is from.
I think that would have faded from the
battle.
last time. Yeah.
Or is it from? It might. I tell you what I'll do. I will give. I know I should probably be giving it to Dougie, but I'm going to give 2 momentum to Simon instead of. Sorry, 1 momentum to Simon. Instead, I know I'll give 1 momentum to Dougie, but there's 1 momentum sitting there on Simon's pile because I'll tick down. You basically got 2 momentum. You needed 2. Now, what I'd like is. I'm gonna. I don't know that I'll. Yeah, no, go on. Do the same thing with the observation, and I'll tell you what you find and what's going on. So, if you want to do a grouped observation call as well.
12 and 2.
9 and 1.
3 and 12. 12 and 3.
That's Charlie so far.
Okay, so if everybody wants to roll 1 dice observation and then tell Charlie what you get.
I'll be able to see it. Nice.
Sorry, you are cutting out. I think my internet's going.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Bell, make an observation roll.
If we're playing 5th edition, I just got a nat 20 for you.
That's not good.
Okay, so we've got a complication then.
And I've got 4 successes. Well, no, 3 successes.
3 successes. So who other than okay? So Genghis got a got a complication. Bell, you still there?
Oh, hang on. I'd like to point out my sharp senses now, so I'm going to re-roll my d20.
Yep, you can re-roll 1.
And I get a focus hit.
So 3. Simon, was that a success?
I rolled a 10, so I don't know if that's a success or not.
Oh,
What's your
never, mate,
observation?
My observation a 9, so it's a
yeah. Oh, no,
miss.
it's about a miss, all right.
Okay, so we're on a 5.
4 plus Bell, so that's 5, yeah.
I will hand out a couple of momentum. I think we might have lost track of Bell for the moment, so I will leave it with that because that's more than enough momentum to be going on with.
Thank God for the reroll.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys spend an hour or so searching around. The sun is starting to lower a little in the sky, and you manage to track Yeah, you managed to track the footprints, footprints. There we go. To
Where's he gone? Where's he gone?
Where's he gone?
Have we lost Louis?
Yeah. To
We've managed to track the footprints to.
he's gone now. Just type it in and roll 20. $16 by 1 logs. It's a wrap, Doug.
I think we got enough momentum for the rest of the session now.
Yep. Well, we lose our momentum at the end of every turn if we don't use it. I think we frightened him. I know he's gone to a different picture. Something's happening.
We lost Bill, then we lost Louis.
Well, do we think he's going to come back?
Don't know.
Do we think Bell's going to come back?
I don't know.
Bill says,
Tune in
"My
this
internet
time
is
next
cutting
week."
out. Everyone is clunky. All I do in the robot voice. Oh, that's Bill's bit.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
Oh, Louis left.
Louis left. Can you kick Belinda? No, you can mute her and ignore her.
He's rejoined.
Okay, Louis back.
Maybe.
Are you here, Louis?
I am.
Are you stable, sir?
I think so. Yeah, I've just gone and thrown an Ethernet cable between me and the router because evidently I wasn't stable before.
Okay, we've not had Belle back since she left.
Okay, hopefully that's not down to me.
We can always blame it on her until she tells us otherwise. I
Right.
appreciate that. She did leave a message. My internet's cutting out. Everyone is very clunky. All are doing the robot voice.
I'd love to know whether or not she's wireless or wired at home.
I think she's wireless.
She's on too much tea, she'll be wired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to work out where her router is and see if I can get her a longer Ethernet cable.
How long do you need?
The other interesting thing is this says that we're live.
Yeah.
Not convinced.
We didn't cut at all.
We didn't drop at all.
No.
No.
Only you.
That's been live all the time that me, Charlie and Dougie have been in here saying horrible things about Belinda. How many times did you say the word wench, Charlie? Lots, I think.
Oh, yeah. I haven't found any more websites, though.
No.
I actually went to www.belindasawench.com because Charlie said it.
And such a website exists?
It came up with a error.
I'm not surprised.
It did say pending Simon's payment, so I don't know what that means.
Wow.
All right, so I'm going to keep going and we'll wait and see if Belle comes back on. That'd be great. If she doesn't, then
But you were halfway through a
she
sentence.
hasn't. Right. Okay, so yeah, you guys managed to track down. You start tracking a set of footprints, and it leads to a large. It was in the past. It leads you slightly deeper into the city. This building was a really large building. It's got big kind of what we'd now think of as Greek columns outside. The most of the ceiling's fallen in, but it's it gives the impression this was a big, fairly important building at the time, and the tracks are of unshod feet, but you kind of get the feeling they've got somebody with them, somebody that's being pushed along, occasionally dragged or carried. So that is probably Amanet. And as you start pointing that out, Satabus and Neferet are both kind of exchanging glances and pushing one another on. As you get nearish the building, just as you're kind of getting to the threshold, you hear almost from underneath the ground, you hear a sound of chittering, these kind of almost like meeping, barking noises. They sound almost human, but not quite, and you'd almost swear they were coming from beneath the flagstones. The other thing is you also start to smell this slightly decayed smell.
Is it becoming stronger, or have we only just noticed it?
It's kind of, as you start to get to this building, you start to notice it.
The building is made of stone?
Mm-hmm. It's made of this kind of really black stone that the whole city's made of. I think, Dougie, you're on mute, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I am, sorry. Is it coming to us without us moving? Is it becoming stronger?
Is there a wind blowing in the direction?
No, it's as you approach the building, you start to smell it.
Okay.
Is it windy?
No, not particularly. I mean, the sun's starting to go down, so you're kind of guessing that. Oh, it's not going down, but it's getting low in the sky. So there's a breeze just starting to kick up from that, but there's not much of it yet.
Okay. So what can we see on one of these buildings? Are there doors and windows?
It's like a large building. It's got a double set of a doorway for a set of large double doors. The doors themselves are also of stone and are lying in the shadows beyond it. I mean, I say shadows. It's darker than it is outside. It's not kind of thick, dark shadow. Like I say, quite a lot of the ceiling of this building's fallen in, and you can just see this big area inside.
I'm not going to approach the building, but obviously there's a front door, as there appears to be for most of these buildings, and I'm going to draw a bow and ready an action that if something comes into a window or out the door, that it's going to get quiver, shaft, and head into it.
There's not much. There aren't any windows. There's just like a really big door this side.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm looking at. So anything that, if there's any sign of movement in the door or something comes out, say hello to my little friend.
You are locked and loaded and ready to go.
Did you say it looked like the roof had come down, Louis?
Yeah, but I mean, most of the buildings here look like the roofs have come down.
Yeah, but I mean, is there a way we can get onto the roof of this one?
You probably could, yeah. It would be a challenging. You need to make a D2 athletics roll, I'd say, to get up there. But yeah, you could do that.
Could we assist somebody by sort of cupping our hands and legging up or not?
Not really. It's a tall building.
If it start though.
Go on, I'll give it a go.
Okay.
So I've got athletics of target number 10 and a focus of 2.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean I'm rolling?
You're rolling 2d20 unless you want to spend some momentum, of which you have quite a lot.
You can take my one, Simon.
Well, I've got. How many should I have there, Louis? Because it says 4.
You've got 4. I mean, basically, you've got a group pool there of 8.
Okay, so if I spend 2, that'll give me 2 extra dice.
Yep.
How many successes do I need?
You need 2. You've also
Roll 3. Take mine.
You've also got, if you want it, fortune. You can spend a point of fortune to get 1 dice that is automatically up on a 1.
No, I'll take the 3 momentum and we'll see where that gets us.
One's gone, so
That means I'm folding. So I was getting rid of 2 of mine.
2 of yours. Dougie's got rid of 1 of his. That lets you roll 5 dice.
Right. Okay. Let's roll those dice.
Nice.
4
2 back.
successes and 1 miss.
It's 1 a momentum, mate.
Isn't it 5?
What's your focus?
The 2 gives you 2.
My focus is 2.
Yeah, so
you got 5, not 4.
5.
Okay.
1, 2. Yeah, you got 5 successes out of that. Blimey.
Right.
Okay.
So we get our 3 momentum back.
There you go. Actually, 5. It was only a D2. He gets 3 momentum back.
Yeah, he gets that 3 momentum back. Yeah. We've got 3.
Take yours back, Doug.
That's all right.
You take your 1 back and I'll take my...
It makes no difference. They're all pulled anyway.
Yeah.
At this point, it's pulled. In combat, there's a slight difference, but that all starts getting really complicated. So, okay. So, yeah, no, you scale up the side of this kind of pretty much soundlessly and easily. You get up onto the top. You can see where the worst of the cracks are. You realise you'd probably be best off staying on the tops of the walls rather than kind of working your way out into the middle of the room.
Yeah.
But
what I'm looking for is a down into a way into the building so that if anything appears, I can take a pot shot at it.
Yeah.
So I can ready my bow and stuff while I'm up there.
So you can see into this building. It's, I don't know what, 35, 40 feet long by about 20 feet wide. It's a really big space and it's all one room. As far as you look around it, you aren't immediately seeing anything there. Make me a straight observation check.
That's just my observation is 1 and a 9, so I'm only rolling 1 dice, aren't I?
Still 2d20.
Always
roll 2d20.
Right.
But you get, so if you roll under 9, you get 1 success on that dice. If you roll under a 1, you get 2 successes on that dice.
Under,
I rolled under a 9.
So you rolled, so the 17.
I rolled a 17 and a 2.
The 2, because your focus is a 1, that still only counts as 1 success.
Right.
So yeah, no, that's fine. What you do see is near the back wall, there is a hole in the ground. It's kind of large and dark and jagged. But there's nothing else. You know, you kind of creep around a little bit on the top of the wall, readying your bow, but there's nothing up there that you can see. There's nothing moving, but the only thing that's out of place, well, I say out of place, you know, there's broken masonry and bits of the roof where it's fallen.
Have I got any rags on me?
Yeah, I would have thought that would be...
Can I tie some rags to an arrow, set them alight, and fire that down the hole?
You see, my thing is that if you got something that you could soak it in, like some oil or something, possibly. But if you just tie a rag round an arrow and set light to it and then shoot the arrow, all that's going to happen is the rag's going to go out.
Okay, let's see what I've got.
Right, Doug.
He was busy climbing a wall.
Yeah, I saw that. Feeling disorientated.
He'd suddenly gone all Adam West on us.
I'll shout down what I've seen, and that there appears to be a very large hole down there that I can't see down.
Okay.
So just to recap, and then I'll let you go, Charlie. Just to recap, so all of the footsteps, and there's quite a lot of them, lead up to this huge building. You're now fairly confident that there's nothing in the building, but there is a large jagged hole in the floor of it.
So can I look through the doorway or step in the doorway? Now he's waved.
Yeah. If you walk up and look in.
So as he walks in, I'm going to cover him, move him round, gaining more visibility of the room as he enters.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that Cage is going with you because
She's a fighter as well, yeah.
That's let's face it, that is her ball game.
Yeah.
So yeah, she walks up alongside you, and the two of you kind of step fairly gingerly into the room, keeping your eyes open. In here, there's kind of dust on the floor, and you can see there's kind of furrowed footprints going in both directions, but the more recent ones are going towards the hole rather than coming from the hole. The room, the air in here is really, really strong with the smell of death and decay.
Okay, so having a look around, all we can see is masonry, dust, and a hole, basically.
Yeah.
Is it getting too dark to see now, or is it?
No. It's. You've probably got, I don't know, maybe half an hour till sunset.
Okay.
It's just the sun's starting to get low. The light's going kind of orangey, yellowy kind of color.
Okay, so I don't have any sort of torch on me or anything like that. I can see. So we'll make our way gently towards the hole, waving for them to cover us with their bows.
Okay.
Towards, not right up to the edge, but
yeah.
See what we can see.
Okay, so as you start to move towards it, several things happen all at once. Don't panic yet. So you hear two fairly distinct things happening pretty much simultaneously. One is that you hear the scream of a woman. Oddly, though, it sounds like it's coming. Actually, Baldor's up on top of the building, and it comes from further into the city. It doesn't come from the hole. It comes from further into the city. Make me an observation check.
Who, Baldur?
Yeah.
So that means
it's you really want 3 successes on this one, so you might want to spend some momentum on it.
I've not got into the building, so can I help him out at all? I'm covering from the outside.
Not really. You're outside, so you hear the scream echoing around. He's on top of. Actually, in fact, I'll say you only need 2 successes because you're on top of the building.
Someone stole my momentum.
So if I spend a
couple.
If I spend 3 momentum, how many dice do I roll then?
5. So D20, 2D20. You always roll 2. You can roll up to 5 either by spending momentum or spending doom.
Oh, momentum's disappeared. Carry on, though. I had 3.
If I spend 2, I'm rolling 4D20, yeah?
50-50.
Rolling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, okay. We'll do that then. Right. Rolling now. A 3, a 12, a 14, and a 16. That's bad.
So that
One
only
success.
gets 1.
Only gets me 1.
You can doom one of them if you want to, Simon.
He still needs 3.
No, if he used one of his heroic die,
only needs
then he
2.
can turn one of them into a 1, and he does 3 successes then.
Yeah, I can't see anything on your character sheet that's going to specifically help you with this one.
No.
You could spend a fortune to do it, or what I can just generally tell you is that the sound came from further into the.
I'll spend a fortune.
It's not from the hole, it's from the city. Go on.
Okay, if you spend a fortune.
So he gains a momentum.
Does he gain a momentum for spending the fortune?
You said he only needs 2 successes and he got 3. Because it automatically makes one of the die a 1.
Yeah, you should really spend your fortune
before
the roll. I'll give you a fortune to.
I thought it says it turns one of the die to a 1 regardless of the roll.
No, because you can. If you spend a fortune, you can only spend momentum up to. So you can only get 2 bonus dice if you also spend a fortune.
But he only spent 2 bonus die.
Yeah, but it doesn't turn one of your dice. It counts as an extra dice. So if you're sitting there and you say, okay, right, I'm going to spend a fortune on this, you take a d20, you put it down in front of you, face up, and then you're going to roll. But it means it counts as one of your 3 bonus dice. So it's an extra dice for you to roll, which does that. You should do it before the roll. I will say, if you want to do if you want to spend a fortune on it now, you find out where it is, but you don't earn the momentum from it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go with that.
Okay, so you get you snap round and you look on, and there's various buildings off in the distance. There is one of them. It looks like a huge ziggurat, again made of this kind of black stone. Atop it, it looks as though atop it there are the legs of, or the sort of from the knees down, the legs of a giant statue, which is no longer there. If you make me an observation roll.
Okay, so that's just 2d20, isn't it?
Just 2d20.
One of those success.
Okay, don't worry. So yeah, you're fairly sure it's coming from this. That the scream came from the direction of this big black ziggurat. There's kind of stairways going up all 4 sides of it. There's where are we?
So that's how one
There's a
thing
description
happened.
of it somewhere. So yeah, so that's the first thing that happens is there's this scream, and you kind of you look up into the distance, and you can see the ziggurat, and your eyes just go to it, and you think that came from there. And that's
Sorry,
all.
Louis, before you go on to the second thing.
Yep.
Did the prince react to that scream as if he recognised the voice?
Both he and Neferet grabbed one another and looked at one another and said, Amunet.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Looked around. They're not sure where it came from. They're stood by. They're still stood by Genghis outside the.
I shall
outside the
kind of
temple.
sort of like shout at everyone and gesture the direction it came from.
Okay, yeah. So Genghis is still outside. So you look over and you can see kind of above some of the buildings. You can see the tops of this. You can probably just about see the top of it, and the legs of it stood there.
Yeah, my bow's still aimed at that hole in the ground, though.
Okay, yep. About 30 seconds, maybe a minute after that scream, you hear from either side of you, first on one side and then on the other, you hear the sounds of horns. They echo across the ruins, and in the distance you can hear the sounds of hoofbeats on stone. You have heard these horns before. You heard them signaling just before the first assault out on the plains, where Satabus's army was wiped out. They sound a lot like the horns of the Asurai.
I'm going to grab Succubus and what's her name?
Neferet.
I'm going to drag them into the building where Simon's covering with the hole in the ground, following them in, and I'm going to take my back to one wall with a bow aiming up one of the side streets. So anything coming from the other way, obviously I've got 0 visibility to.
Okay. As you grab Satabus, he kind of tries to shake himself free, and he says, "They've come for me. Go find Amunet. Go find her now. If they find me, they'll ransom me. If they find you, they'll kill you, and they'll kill Amunet, and they'll kill Neferet. Go." And
Okay,
he goes to make it out the door.
Continue grabbing him, whilst at the same time saying, as a team we've proven effective. Staying together, we are most likely to recover her. Sir, please follow our guidance, and I'm going to try and drag him behind me.
He says, I'm going to show you. I'm going to slow you down. You heard that was her. Go to her. Save her. They'll ransom me.
We know it was her. The horses that come, we have seen before. For us to stand in that, I don't know, alleyway, open, we will be charged down like pigs. Let us wait for the right opportunity, and we will save her, sir.
They'll kill her.
Please, be patient.
He's still struggling, and you are aware that he's starting to make quite a noise.
Okay, I am going to, as much as I hate to, and I've got a background of subject, so I'm quite loyal to royalty as such. I am going to attempt to shove him to the ground, feeling guilty doing so. But at the same time, I'm going to say to him, if I succeed, you want her to live, you need to be quiet now. So whatever check that is.
Okay, the main thing you're trying to do there, I mean, you're going to stop him. That's not a problem. He is he's beaten up beyond all belief.
Yep.
You can make me a command or a counsel check.
Okay, let's have a looky here. They're both exactly the same, which makes nil difference to me.
So which do you want to try? Do you want to try and persuade? Are you trying to persuade him, or are you just trying to tell him, look, shut the hell up?
I've already told him that we're confident, we're a capable team, and we've achieved things that he probably thinks we're not capable of. So he knows in terms of military might, we can achieve what we need to do. So I think a command, as opposed to a counsel, even in his state, I think would hit him harder.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, I've got a 0-6. So I think I'm going to need some die for this. Simon, are you happy to drop a couple?
Yeah, take whatever you need.
For 0-6, I'm going to take all 3.
Yeah.
Okay, Simon, drop those out of your... Charlie, you did have momentum, didn't you?
I had 3 momentum sitting there. It disappeared. I don't know where it went. When you went off and came back, it was gone.
That is bizarre. All right. I know you haven't spent that, so...
Put the 3 back.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give you 3 back. Okay, so...
0 successes.
0 successes. Okay. He does go quiet, though. It gives... He's on the floor, and Neferet kind of goes over to him, and he's like, just stay there. Know what they're doing. I've seen them in action. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I simply nod to Neferet and immediately spin round and reassume my view up the alleyway. And again, any horse that comes in either direction is going to take a bolt, an arrow straight through the back of the neck or the front of the throat.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are there. So Boldor is on the roof. Actian is near the hole, not right on top of the hole.
No, I'm not, Louis.
Okay.
I can hear what's coming. I can hear cavalry coming. I'm down the roof and I'm on my way to that ziggurat. Because I've just assumed that we're just going to dump him and we're just going to let him be ransomed and off we go and get her.
Okay, so you scrabble down and have it away on your toes towards the ziggurat.
Yeah.
Are you kind of waiting for the others to get? Are you trying to get to kind of a couple of roads up and then pause and wait for the others to catch you up, or?
I'm going to stop and look back when I get a couple of roads back. If it's obvious they're not following me, I'm going to find somewhere to hole up.
Okay. Make me a straight athletics check. Don't worry about spending momentum on it.
So it's 2d20, yeah?
Just 2d20.
2 and a 16.
Oh,
I think that's 2 successes, isn't it?
Athletics or acrobatics? Athletics.
Actually, you can do to come down off the roof. I'll let you do either.
Athletics, go on.
Well, the 16 is not going to be a pass, but the other one is.
So but a 2 is a double pass.
Acrobatics has a focus of 1, and athletics has a focus of 2.
So it's 2 successes.
So do it athletics. So yeah, you make it. You make it down fine. You get down fairly quietly without any major trouble, and you take off up the street. Action.
I'm going to back away out the middle of the room a bit.
Okay.
To cover the door.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to just say that Kaja's just doing whatever she's doing.
Back away from the hole as well, probably.
She's preparing the big axe.
Yeah. I don't know what's happened to Belle. She's not even getting back to me on Messenger. So, okay. So, yeah. So you back away towards the door. Okay. Neferet is kind of helping Satabus to get up again. Okay. I'm going to spend a doom. But I'm going to spend a doom in order to say that he manages to he pushes her to one side and lurches out into the street outside, and he's making it away. He's staggering up the road, and as soon as he gets more than about 10 foot up the road, he's yelling out in a loud voice, just trying to attract attention. And he yells out loudly a couple of times, and then he turns back and looks directly at Genghis and just says, "Go and find her, save her." And then he just lurches back and he's staggering up the road.
Okay, can we see cavalry or hear cavalry close?
Can I
there's
attempt to grab him before he passes me?
No, that was what the doom spend was. He's out the door before you notice. You're looking up the alleyways, and he's looking at you, and he just thinks, right, okay, now. And then he goes, and he's kind of 10 foot away from you before you've realised what he's doing.
Right, I have to follow him because he's my priority. And the first thing I do when I get close to him, I'm not going to grab him because trying to detain him in the middle of an alleyway where they can come from either side is pointless.
It's not so much an alleyway; it's a street.
Okay, but he's looking forwards, so I'm immediately going to check my 6. Do I see anything moving there?
Not yet. You can hear the sounds of hooves nearby. Okay,
so I'm going to grab his collar like a little schoolboy. And if that's the direction he's going, bearing in mind he's quite beat up, so he's probably not moving that quickly. Yeah. I'm going to drag him towards the direction that Simon hinted that the scream came from.
Okay. As you start to drag him, there are horsemen turn across the end of the street, and one of them looks down and spots you.
And as soon as I see him, bearing in mind he's got momentum and stuff, he's probably not thinking straight, I'm going to attempt to force him to the ground, and I'm going to loose an arrow straight at the horseman.
Okay, if you just let go of him and pull an arrow, you will get the shot off almost before the horseman knows what's going on. If you're trying to push Satabus to the ground first, then the horseman's going to get a better chance to see what's happening and know what's happening. Basically, I'll give you a complete surprise round if you don't grab Satabus. If you do grab Satabus, you don't get the surprise round.
Okay. I think protecting him will be my priority. Way to do that would be to drop the threat. So
okay.
I'm going to fire.
Okay. Right. Give me a moment while I try and remember how many.
It's an extra D20, isn't it?
So what's an extra D20?
For the surprise?
Nope. No, you just get a straightforward attack He's not going to have enough time
Simon's
to.
He's on twice.
He is.
Welcome back, Simon.
Hello.
We are having fun tonight. Looks like you're not on. It looks like you're not logged into Roll20 at the moment.
I'm just logging in now.
No, that's cool. I just thought I'd point it out. I'm trying to work out where. Come on, if I haven't got it written there, then it must be somewhere else. 368369 is what I want. There we go.
So, Simon, one of your fortunes should be down, shouldn't it?
I've done it. Oh, what, on roll d20? Is that what the other counter is?
Yeah, the one with the wings, the phoenix-like
it did
wings.
go down one, didn't it? It was 4, the same as mine when we started.
Oh, he's gone again.
No, it's his dead person gone, isn't it? Oh,
No, it's his live person's gone.
No, he's moving on mine.
He's not moving on mine.
He's blinking, turning his head.
Are you there, Simon?
I'm still here. I can still hear you.
Oh, okay.
I just said you left.
Okay.
No, it was the dead one.
Okay,
Connection.
right. Did you have momentum, Simon? I think Dougie spent all your momentum.
Yeah, he did.
Doug spent all my momentum.
I've still got 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 horsemen at the end of the this street.
2 horsemen now?
Well, there's no, I did say I said there were a couple. I said there were 2.
You said there was 1.
No, he said the one looks round.
I said one looked round, but there's 2
right,
there.
okay. Right, what I'm going to do, Louis, is I am firstly going to use one of my fortune.
Okay.
To give me a guaranteed 1. And I'm also going to trigger a volley to give me another d20.
Okay. No, that's good. So you've automatically got 2 successes. The volley gives you an extra dice.
Yeah, so I roll 3 d20s and add it to 2 successes.
Yeah. That should generate some momentum. If your roll's not terrible.
It's not great.
But
Ranged weapons is 13, so that's another 2 successes. So I've got 4 successes.
Okay, 4 successes is all. It is definitely enough to hit them. You've got them. You know where they are. They're about the right range. Let me have a quick look at their armor. Right, I said surprise round. So yeah, they're not okay. So yeah, take 3 momentum.
So I gain the 1 momentum as well for the marksman skill?
Does marksman spell give you an extra? What does it give you?
It gives me an extra momentum if I don't take any minor actions my turn.
Yeah, you said you weren't going to do anything with Satabus. You were just literally going to let go of him and draw and fire. So yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, you hit him. You've gained 4 momentum from that. Roll your attack. Roll your damage.
So that is
How many 6s?
5d6. And I get to re-roll 2 of them if I need to. I'll re-roll the 3 and the 4.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits with 3 special. Well, the special don't count anyway, so that's 6 points of damage.
What's the Harkonian bow have?
It does volley.
It just does volley. Yeah,
that's all it does.
That does piercing. Okay, so you roll
6.
Okay, so it's the 3 and the 4 you got rid of. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Okay, so you do 6 damage.
I'm assuming he's wearing armor, so I'm going to use a point of my momentum to bypass armor.
Okay, yeah, that's all good. So that's 6 straight into him. That is enough to... Right, figure on him is... Okay. Okay. That wounds him. Just for the fact that I've got it. Yeah, okay. You take his right arm out.
Charlie, can I take one of your momentum?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, you've got enough. You've still got 3 left, Dougie.
I'm going to add another 4 points of damage and just drop him.
Okay. Yeah, that'll do it.
And the other one you said hasn't turned yet, so he doesn't know what's going on.
Okay, I've chucked on him. Yep.
Okay. The other one is about to work it out, though.
There's only one left.
But he's not going to get a surprise attack or anything because I'm ready for what's going on, and I'm...
So the question is, how far away are they?
They are, I don't know.
You said about 10
40,
feet.
50 feet away.
No, how far away from me?
From you.
I'm looking out the door.
By the door. He's about 10 foot from you. They're about 60 foot up the road from you, something like that.
Okay, too far yet. I've got no range weapons. I just wondered if they were close enough I could run up and attack. No, too far.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm going to scream at Succubus, "My lord, get down!" as I draw another arrow.
Okay, it is your... Did you get the extra... You should have had... your damage, was that including the extra you got for the... Come on. For using volley?
No.
Okay.
I only used the +1 to D20, not 1 to the D6 as well.
+1 to D20 and +1 to +1 to your damage. So roll a combat dice. You might get momentum back.
So 1d20, yeah?
1d6.
Boom.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I'll drop Charlie his momentum back.
Yeah, that's fine. Happy with that.
That's enough. So this guy just like topples off his horse. We are now into the first round of combat, at which point you get to go first.
Oh, fantastic. So straight away, I'm going to use another load.
What do you need?
Again, I'm not using any minor actions, so I'm going to gain a momentum for me attack anyway. Charlie, can I take 1 more momentum off you, please, sir?
Yep. Don't you want it for damage afterwards?
4d20 then.
Yep, it's in the bin.
That'll be 3 successes, sir.
Okay, 3 successes hits him. You pick up 2 momentum. As this guy wheels and he spots you just as your arrows hit him. So
that's now 66 because I get an extra 1 because of the volley.
Oh, did you volley that one as well?
I did say that. That's why I managed to roll 4.
Yeah, no. That's fine. I checking my numbers, so I hadn't spotted that, but no, that's fine.
Okay. So that's 66 damage.
Okay.
And I won't re-roll any of that. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage.
Plus your 1 for your volley.
That's included.
That's
included.
included.
Charlie, can I take 2 of yours, and that'll drop him.
There you go.
So that's another horse-mounted guy there doing the single arrow.
So you got 8. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Okay. It's not a single arrow because volley is like repeated shots. You just kind of pepper him and he just like drops off his horse before he knows what.
Well, in 2 rounds, in two effective shots, he's down. And I scream again, "Succubus, my lord, get down!"
Satabus, the moment you took your hand off to put the boat, he's limping off up the street.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Okay,
I'm tempted. I'm really tempted.
Right. What's Actium doing?
Well, we're standing in the doorway. It's more than about 60 feet. Well, 60 feet.
But I also gain the momentum for my marksman. So give it to Charlie, please, as he gave me his.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So yeah.
I'm standing in the doorway, watching it all unfold at the
You're
moment.
standing in the doorway, watching it all unfolding.
It's 60, 70 feet away, isn't it?
Yeah. These two guys are right up the end of the street.
I can't do a lot apart from go and get a horse.
I am going to say Baldur is going to see what's going on by this point.
Okay.
It's so Baldur's looked back and Actian.
What range we talking?
You are talking. You're talking a fair way. What's your? Actually, I've suddenly realised you're probably in range for using your Bossian longbow.
Medium range he likes, doesn't he?
I think the Bossian one is medium range, and the Hyconian.
Yeah, Hyconian's close, 30 feet.
I would say. Oh, is it 30 feet or thereabouts?
Yeah, closest 30 feet.
Hyconian, yeah.
Okay. In which case, I should really have been giving you a penalty, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to say is we'll take that up. But what I am going to say is from where Balor is, it's long range, so it's going to be an extra shot. It's going to be an extra level of difficulty to hit them.
How many are there charging up the thing?
Actually, at the moment, both of the two that were on show have pretty much
Spotted.
have pretty much well, they're both skewered. Yeah, they've
become porcupines.
Arrows.
Okay, well, I'm going to have it on my toes and carry on towards this cigarette thing.
Okay. Okay.
That's where the money is.
Okay, so on your own, you're heading off towards the towards the cigarette.
Yeah, I'm not going in, but I'm just going to go and see if I can find a spot where I can sort of like camp up and have a damn good look at it.
Oh, it's you know it's best part half a mile away, something like that.
Yeah,
it's going to take you a while to get there.
You're going to wave some hand signals on your way.
Yeah, because I really, really, really want a cigarette. Oh.
I was thinking I might give you a fortune point, but for that, I'm taking it away.
Give him a doom.
Okay. Yeah, jokes that bad deserve doom. Yeah. Okay. Actian, make me a quick no momentum spend observation test.
Oh, one like that. One like that, and say observation is 312, so that's at least 3.
That's 3 successes.
Oh,
okay,
sweet.
I'm going to give you 1 momentum for that. You glance back and watch Baldur kind of working his way up the street. Are you just pounding up the street, or are you kind of trying to go from doorway to
doorway? Keeping my eyes open for anything coming out after me, but yeah, I'm not going to run, but I'm not going to hang about, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Going to stick to the walls, are you? Just go along.
Yeah.
Okay, that was kind of what. So yeah, so you see Baldur kind of.
Yep.
He's a couple hundred yards up the street by now, kind of moving from building to building, just kind of heading off.
Can I shake? What was her name? What's Bell's name?
Kadja.
Kadja. Can I shake Kadja, because she's probably watching the hole while I'm watching the door?
Yeah.
Which would make sense. So I shake Kadja and we'll head off and join Genghis.
So you're going to step out to where Genghis is. Okay.
Well, we've got 60 feet to make to go 70 feet to get to Genghis.
No, you haven't. No. You're only about 10 feet from Genghis. Genghis is.
But the 2 horsemen are 60 feet away, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to step out to grab Genghis, to help Genghis capture.
Okay, Satabus is
limping down the street.
Limping down the street away from you, and he's yelling out. So you want to run all the way to Satabus?
Yeah.
Okay. You get to him. Okay. As you go, Neferet. Right, Belle's on her way back in now.
Is Kadja coming with me, or we're waiting to find out?
She would follow you.
For the moment, yeah. She could stand
okay.
it, she could join you, or she could follow me. Yeah.
As you head out the
Yay!
door,
Bell's receiving.
yeah.
Is she?
As you head out the door, Neferet grabs Actaeon and just says, "Leave him. He's right. We need to go and rescue my sister."
Not good with authority as a pirate, so why is he not so important?
Okay, so as a general rule, okay, in battles, if you end up being captured and you are a noble, if you are worth something, they will the side will take you alive and they will ransom you.
Yeah, standard Christian wars rules. Yeah.
Yeah. So they would ransom you off. They are going to ransom Satabus. Nobody is going to kill him. If they catch you, they'll kill you. If they catch Neferet, they'll probably ransom her either back to Karaja or possibly to Stygia.
Or to somebody
Back to her family. Yeah. they'll work out who's going to give them more money and send them there. So where she's saying, however, her sister, if that was her screaming, did not sound like she was necessarily all right. So that's where she's trying to get you to both Satabus and her are trying to get you to rescue Amanet and not to try and get hold of Satabus. And it is a fair point that he's not going to be a whole lot of use to you. You know, as you were telling him earlier.
No,
but what you do from here on out is entirely down to you. I'm running with whatever you guys do, but that's why she's grabbing you and telling you that. And your character would realise that.
Well, he says as a pirate, you do what you do.
Yeah.
You don't do well with authority.
No, I'm fine with that. That's she grabs you as you're going out the door, and that's what she says.
It makes me stop. So yeah. I'll have to look at the situation, but yeah.
Stops you. So a quick recap for Belle. Satabus.
We've had a Spice Girls joke. Oh, no.
I remember. What was the last thing you remember, Belle?
She really, really, really wanted zigzag.
Keep repeating that, and I will start adding doom. Is Belle still there? Or has she fallen off again?
I think she may have fallen off again. Oh, hang on.
She's there. I'm
She
here.
can
I
hear
can
us, but she's typing back.
No.
No, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Belle. Not at the moment.
Ground control to me.
Go,
Yeah,
no, we can hear her now. Oh no.
Plugged it in and pulled it out and plugged it back in again.
Okay.
I love to hate technology. Sorry, last thing I remember is
Simon going on the roof?
nope, didn't hear that.
Okay.
Me covering the doorway.
So you got to the building.
Yep.
Baldur went up on the roof. You worked out that there wasn't anything in the building except for this big jagged hole in the floor with this really bad reek coming from it. There was a loud scream, which Baldur realised came from further in towards the city, and he pointed in the direction it came. And about 30 seconds, a minute later, you started to hear horns blowing through the city. At which point, Satabus, horns and
Scream
and hoofs. So at that point, Satabus urged you to go and rescue Amanet from the things that have got her. He'll draw them off, and if he's captured, he'll be ransomed. If you're captured, you'll be killed. At which point, Genghis tried to get him to stay inside the building, but he didn't want to. He managed to get past him. A couple of Asurai warriors, so the Shemitish crack cavalry troops, came round the end of the street. Genghis shot both of them down absolutely spot on before they got to do anything. Satabus is making his way towards them, and Actium was just going out, grabbed you and was just going out the door when Neferet grabbed him and said, Satabus is right, we need to go and rescue Amanet.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Do you want to go after Satabus, or do you want to go after Baldur, who's heading deeper into the city, or do you want to do something different?
The sister, because that seems to be the job title.
Okay, so you want to go and rescue the sister?
Yeah.
So you think she's got a point?
Yeah.
How do you want to get that point? Do you want to tell them? Do you want to chase after Baldur? Do you want to talk to Genghis? Do you want to...
I will go after Baldur.
Okay, so you're just going to go Amanet and chase after Baldur?
Yeah.
Okay, so that leaves Actium and Genghis with Neferet. As soon as Kaja starts heading up the street towards Baldur, she kind of tugs at Actium and then just lets go and follows Kaja.
Okay. Tricky one, tricky. So can I grab her then and chase after Baldur and wave at Genghis that we're going?
Yeah, you chase after Baldur. She's following Baldur as well.
Yeah.
So you can chase after Baldur and
yeah, go and nudge Genghis and head after him.
Okay, so you kind of head out, turn left, grab Genghis and go, leave him, let's go.
Yeah.
And then run back.
Yep. Then follow everybody else. Stick into the wall.
Okay.
One side of the road, street, whatever.
Genghis, what are you doing?
Seeing everyone heading after Amanet, after Neferet's guidance. I'm getting the names. I'm going to quickly stop at the guards very quickly and attempt to try and recover some volleys before following Actium.
Guards are 50 foot in directly the opposite direction.
Stuff the volleys. I'm following Actium.
Okay. Right, so you guys tear up the road. Behind you, you hear another set of horses. I mean, pretty much kind of all of this happens in one hit. And as you're starting to brake and still looking over your shoulder, you just see a bunch of about 6 of these guys ride around the corner looking down. And the first thing they do is catch sight of Satabus, who's waving his arms towards them and yelling and hollering.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to call to Actium. He's already said they're not going to kill him. If we have to recover him a second time, so be it. Let's carry on.
Yep.
Okay. I would like... I'm going to say Actium and Genghis to both make me stealth checks. Genghis, you've got a D1. Actium... No, actually, you're both at D1 because you started moving straight away. So you need... No. You roll 2D20. You've got a momentum, but you need 1 success.
Okay. Stealth?
Yeah.
Failed.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, so you get.
Can I give Charlie one of mine?
Not at this point. Not at this point. He should have. He should have made the momentum call.
You said no momentum.
Did I? Not on that one.
You said no momentum. 2D20, no momentum.
No, I just said no. I said it's a D1. It's a D1 check. I didn't say no momentum. You can burn momentum. If Charlie, were you aware that you could have burned momentum on that roll?
Yes. But you did say we weren't allowed to burn momentum.
Thank you.
No, I
No
didn't.
momentum, you said.
Did I?
Yes, you did,
Okay,
sir.
I'll watch it back on YouTube. In which case, if you want to re-roll that and take some momentum, that's fine. It's a D1 roll. If I say D1 roll, it means it's difficulty 1. You need 1 success. You still roll 2 dice, or you can always add momentum to those. It's fairly rare. If it's fairly rare for me to call for a roll where it's not. I don't want momentum, and it's something where it's you're not going to want to spend momentum on it. So okay, yeah, Charlie, if you want to re-roll that with having spent some momentum, you can.
It's probably a good idea. I'll spend the momentum then.
Okay, so you get to roll 3 dice.
If I can get
What's
momentum,
your stealth?
My stealth is 12-1.
Yeah, that's better than 50%. You should be all right on 3 dice.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 13-2.
Well, that's like 3.
Okay. You see, you can always earn momentum back. You guys are mentally lucky on these rolls at some points. Okay. So yeah, you charge off up the road, but keeping into the walls. You did say you were keeping into the walls.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys head up, and you guys manage to get out of the way of the Asurai. Or that bunch of Asurai. You can hear horns and hoof steps around the city, but they seem to take Satabus, and you hear a kind of fairly joyous roar of triumph behind you. You look back, Satabus is sat on the ground by them with his hands up, and a couple of them are getting down off horses. And then I'm kind of guessing you guys kind of turn off to get out of the main way. I could do with getting another drink. So if we take a quick couple of minute break, does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Yep.
I'll be back in a sec.
Tea.
Hey.
Hey.
I won't lie. I made more tea in between the 5th and the 6th time I was restarting my router.
A few bars there. I went to Tesco's. I was in there. And then 2 bars of £3 a bar, 2 bars of £3. I've eaten 2 this weekend. Really? About 2 Saturday, on Friday night, on Saturday night. One Saturday morning, Saturday lunchtime. But it's disappeared from 12 more. So far. You want coffee?
No, thank you.
Wait, you want there? painkiller later. Keep getting the sun. Yeah. Obviously, I'm pulling. I'm using my shoulder. I'm pulling different muscles. I haven't got this on yet. That's what I said. I'll get 8 o'clock in the morning somewhere. I'm going to wait until a phone call today. That'll be tomorrow. I'm back. I'm here. Doug's on mute. Bell's on mute. It's dark. Hang on.
I was on mute, but I'm not now.
Aha. I'm in glow. Found this today.
Sorry, give me a sec. I was looking at something different. Found what?
Oh, so I get the right place.
Oh dear. Do you really want that on YouTube?
No. Well, I found that one as well.
Hang on a sec. I can't see it. Show us again.
I'm holding up there.
Oh. Blimey.
That was when I was about somewhere in the late 30s.
Yeah, you'll have to show me that later.
Well, it's exactly the same, just a bit not as wrinkly. Yeah.
With you, not quite as fit.
The skin looks slightly better. Yeah.
Yeah, not quite so fit, I think, is the...
Oh, right. You're over the chat lines, aren't you?
Hey. Yeah, no, I love you, really.
How many sessions you planning the next campaign to be, Louis?
Oh, I have no idea till we get bored and stop. I'll be honest, I've got this one. I don't think we're going to get through tonight. So I think we're going to be doing it in a fortnight, which is annoying because that was when I was hoping Ollie and James would be back. So we probably got tonight and one more session on this one.
Yep.
The session after that, we'll start with a carousing session, which is kind of basically downtime and getting together. I am right in the next adventure. I have no idea how long that's going to take you. That could take another 8 sessions, another 10 sessions. I have no idea. It depends on how you approach things. And then I will either have a look in Jewel Thrown to the Earth for something else or maybe write myself another one. I'm enjoying the writing process with this. It's good. It's really good fun.
How does the leveling up work then?
Leveling up, I am trying to keep track of how much experience you guys are getting. You're probably going to be getting somewhere between 500 and 600 experience for this game. And then during the carousing phase, you can spend that to do various things. So you can spend it to up skills and you can get training and up skills. You can spend it to train and up your attributes or learn new things, or you can go gambling. You can
I be good at shooting shit?
You can get even better at shooting stuff if you've got enough. It's let me find, where's my rule book gone? I'm hoping the player's guide's got experience. Actually, doesn't look like it is in the player's guide, but it will be in the...
I was quite chuffed at dropping 2 blokes on my own.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. In fact, I should probably give you a fortune for that because that was quite cool. In fact, yeah, hell, have a fortune for that. I need to get into keeping an eye open for giving fortune to people, and that was definitely something worthwhile of having fortune given to you for.
Yeah, the first guy that looked at me got dropped, and the next guy that looked at me got dropped.
We're 299 to 301. 299 to 301. I'm trying to remember what the spends are for spending. Gaining, investing. So expertise improvement or focus improvement is to go from nothing to 1 is 200, to go from 1 to 2 is 400, to go from where are we, 2 to 3 is 600, 3 to 4 is 800, it's 1,000 to go from 4 to 5. 200
times the level requirement.
Yes. So that's to go up expertise improvement. I need to do a proper read of that. There's other stuff you can do as well.
Because obviously we've gained experience from the other 2 sessions as well, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah. So an attribute can be increased by 1 point by investing experience points equal to 100 times the new target characteristic. So if you've got an attribute that's at 7 and you want it to go to 8, it's going to cost you 800 to do it. To go from 8 to 9 is going to cost you 900 to do it. So
yeah,
attributes
focus is double that.
No. That's attributes. So that's agility, brawn, coordination, willpower. Those.
Okay. Yeah.
Skill improvement. You've got to decide whether to increase the skills expertise or focus. Each have got to be acquired separately, but each level of improvement costs the same amount. So improving skills requires experience points equal to 200 times the skill rank. So yeah, it'll cost you 200. So if Genghis...
So if I were to add a expertise, that would add to the TN, but focus wouldn't.
Yeah. So if with ranged weapons, you're not quite maxed out, but you're fairly
I'm on
high.
13.
So you've got 3 and a 3. Well,
Yeah.
you're on three focus and 3 expertise. So for 800, you could either raise your expertise to 4 or your focus to 4.
Yeah. So if at the end of this adventure, for example, when we get our downtime, you tell me I've got 1,600 hit points or 1,600 experience, I could add 1 on each, increasing my TN to 14 and my focus to 4.
Yes. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, that would work well. What else can you do? You can also acquire talents. They are different depending on the first talent in any tree costs 200 experience points.
Yep.
Other talents cost 200 experience points for each step away from the first talent.
So, for example, I've got 2 already in archery or ranged weapons.
Let's have a look at your skills.
So I've got accurate and marksman.
Yes. Sorcery, society, sailing. Come on, we're getting there. Resistance. Ranged weapons, yeah. So you've got 2 inaccurate. So I think it's 400 would get you quick release, 600 would get you hail of arrows, 800 would get blot out the sun, 400 would get you shoot for the horizon, 600 would get you trick shot, and 400 would get you an extra 1 in marksman.
And that will give me 2 extra momentum per minor action.
Marksman. No, I'm looking in the wrong place.
Because marksman gives me
I'm not sure that
plus momentum if I don't use a minor action.
I'm not sure you can get momentum more. I'm not sure you can pick up marksman more than once. I'll have to check.
Okay, cool.
I've got a feeling that some of these you can take multiple times and some of these you can't, but I'll need to go back and reread it because it hasn't come up yet.
But having a third ability within ranged weapons, then obviously improves my accurate as well. So I get to roll 3d6 damage die, not 2.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Sweet. Right, is everyone back?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so initially, as you make your way through this city, like I say, the sun's going down for the first kind of 5-10 minutes. You hear horns. The horns are blowing in different. There's different rhythms, and some of them are rising and some of them are falling. And the you can hear the horns on either side of you are starting to head back. At the
Sorry.
but you're not sure that that's going to last necessarily. Okay, so what I would like you guys to do is make me an observation test. I'd also like to know, are you guys trying to go stealthily, or are you kind of pretty much just trucking it, or how are you? Actually, outside of, stop being meta and just give me describe to me how you see yourselves moving through the city. Give me a pure narrative how you see yourselves
I'm
moving.
heading up the walls, staying near the sides of the street.
Yeah, I'm heading up the street
Steady
using
pace.
whatever kind of cover I can, trying to see if there's any other sort of like entrances or exits out of this ziggurat.
Okay, like I say, the ziggurat, you can't even really see the whole of the ziggurat at the moment. It's behind other buildings. You're going to have to take a couple of turns to get there. You're not just kind of on one straight street that's going up there. But actually, I will say, in which case, give me actually, let me carry on. So, how the rest of you describe to me your journey?
Trying to catch up with Baldur initially fairly quickly, and then again using cover, etc.
Okay, Dougie.
As the one who was probably at the rear of the group, bearing in mind Action was the last to grab me and go, I'm again following his lead. So bearing in mind he's being quite stealthful, I'm going to follow the same path. But I get the feeling I'm probably going to drag behind slightly, as I'm going to constantly look behind me to make sure nothing's coming up the rear before I then move forward and try and catch up with him. So I'm running fast to catch up, then slowing down to look behind, before then running fast to catch up again, sort of fartlek.
Okay, so Baldur, so you're up the front, and I'm going to say you've probably got Kaja with you. Can you two make me, as the others are following you, can you make me you need to make a daunting, so a D3 observation or survival test. So 2d20 plus whatever momentum you want, and you're looking for 3 successes. You can the two of you, so one of you can assist the other if you want.
Who's doing this? Sorry, Louis.
Baldur and Kaja.
Okay.
Simon, if I assist you. Oh,
Simon, you got sharp senses, I think.
No, I haven't.
There must be Action then.
Mm-hmm.
What are we rolling this under?
So it's either survival or observation, your choice of which, and you can you're looking for 3 successes.
Okay. I'd prefer to do it under survival because I've got 11 and a focus of 3 in that. Have you got?
Okay, in which case, Bell.
yep.
Bell.
Sorry. Sorry, Louis spoke over you, so I was waiting to finish your question.
She doesn't.
Cool. Sorry, didn't catch the question.
Have you
so
got better than it?
You got one. I've got 1-9, and I think you've got better than
Yeah,
that.
I've got better than that. Okay.
So that's what I was saying.
So-
Simon, can you take one of my momentum to roll an extra one, please, mate?
Bell, take
Yeah.
roll 1 d20.
Yep.
And tell us if you get a success.
No.
That would be a no.
That would be a big no.
Okay. No pressure then, Simon.
All right, Simon, I've dropped a D20. I've dropped momentum, so you've got an extra die from me.
Do you want an extra dice from me?
Awesome.
How many
Nice one,
how many
Charlie.
successes have I got to get?
3.
You need 3.
So me and Charlie have both given you 1 each, so that gives you 2 extra D20 on top of your 2 anyway.
Dropping momentum in, or are we rolling?
Let's roll forward and see what we get then. The 8,
3.
5, and 9 are under 11.
That's a 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you managed to work out the best way of getting to the ziggurat. Like I say, you're crossing alleys. There are main streets. Every now and then you hear the sounds of hoofbeats. There is one point when you are waiting in the corner of an alleyway. The 4 of you have managed to get up together, and looking round the corner, you can hear the sound of horsemen, and there are 2 or 3. There are 3 Asurai coming down the street, and one of them still on his horse. 2 of them have got off and are looking into the mouth of a building, obviously searching for something. What are you immediately thinking of doing?
How
Can we get round
busy
them
is
to get
this
to the ziggurat?
street? Is there places to hide?
There would be places to hide if you got out there, but immediately around the entrance to this alleyway, there's not much. There's a couple of bits of kind of broken down wall, but not much more than that.
Can we work
So we'd
our
have
way
to-
around them, Louis?
Yeah, you could work your way around them.
Sorry, Louis, how many did you say there were?
3.
I thought so. Sorry, guys. Thank you, dogs. Thank you, dogs. Oh dear. Apologies, folks, who are wanting to be nice and sneaky and smart about it, but Cage's gonna do a dash inwards.
And unfortunately, as soon as Cajun moves, I'll do it around the corner and try and drop an arrow before she even gets close.
That works.
Okay,
I'm
so
going to metagame stand. I'm going to metagame and stand at the back and go, Leroy Jenkins.
Okay, so Kaja darts around the corner, and Genghis pivots round the corner, arrow drawn. They're only about 30 feet away, so they're about the limit of your range.
Yep.
Are you going to go for the one on the horse or the one of the 2 on the ground?
I think that Cage has probably nailed the 2 on the ground already. They're dead and they don't actually realise it yet. So I'm going for the guy on the horse.
Okay, right. Roll me an attack.
Surprise?
Well, you don't get bonus for surprise. Just roll it. He won't get. He doesn't get the option to parry or do anything this round.
Okay. So, I got a volley left that I don't want to use it. We've got plenty of momentum. Charlie, can I take a couple of momentum off you, please, buddy?
Yeah. If I can drop them anywhere. That's 1, 2. Okay, yep.
Oh, thank God for that. 2.
2. Okay, right. I will give you 1 back because he's not a difficult shot. I'll give it to you rather than Charlie. We're going to tick 1 down at the end of this combat round anyway. So yeah, you nail into this guy. Roll me damage.
So that's a 5d6 anyway. And they all hit.
Oh, blimey. Okay, so 5 points of damage. Do you want to put one in? The guy's wearing
how
armor.
armored does he look?
He's wearing brigandine, so he's going to be wearing 3 points of armor.
Then I have dropped 1 2 armor bypassing. And KJ, can I take one of yours? Because I think that makes it a wound if I do.
Go for it.
It does indeed.
Go
Okay, so the guy on the horse.
See how this has worked out, Louis? We got this all sussed now.
Oh yeah. No, I'm liking this. Right. So you did him for 5?
Yes, please, sir.
Okay. Right. Okay. So you whirl round the corner, and you unload on him just as Kadja's starting to run.
Where do I hit him?
Right arm. So he's standing again. I know. Honestly, I've got the dice. That's what it's telling me. Okay, so this guy's there's 2 guys looking into the building. This guy's got his arrow, got an arrow drawn, and he's kind of covering them with it, kind of half pulled. It's not pulled right back, but it's kind of half tense, so he's ready to go.
Yep.
You just let loose and you hit him in his arrow arm, and this arrow goes flying out. It does. It hits one of them. Two of them turn and look as Kadja starts running towards them. But before Kadja can get there, there is this just these 2 arms come, or these 4 or 5 arms come out of the doorway. And grab the guys from behind, and there are just there's screams, there is this rending sound. The guy on the horse, I am going to get him to roll 2d20 /r space 2d20. There we go. Still trying to get my head around which of these to use for this. Give me half a tick while I check a normal character sheet. So
I hope he's not shooting a bow, because he's got a really good injury on a bad arm.
Oh, yeah. No, he's a bowman. He's definitely a bowman.
Left or right-handed?
He was right-handed. He was pulling back, and that was why he shot when you hit him. So that's going to be a personality roll with movement. So it's going to be personality.
How much damage is he going to do as he shoots his guy up the arse?
Well, no. There's as these 2 guys who have stood right in the doorway turn, these just like a whole stack of arms just reach out of the darkness and grab them. And you hear some fairly hideous screams as they're just both yanked off their feet back into the building. The guy on the horse just looks into the doorway aghast, takes one look at you and turns and just rides.
He's trying to get away from me.
He is
He's trying to get away, full stop. I think
he's trying to get away. I will give you, he's trying to get away. Whether it's from you or somebody else or something else is entirely your...
Can we just get this straight, please? They're all trying to get away from me.
They're all trying to get away from you. Okay. Kadja, as you were the one already in motion, you are booking it towards this doorway. And but the 2 guys that were stood there have been yanked inside by something. If you want to make me, and again I'm going to say, don't make me an don't add momentum to this. Just roll me a check. Roll me a quick 2 dice observation check.
Can I help her with that one?
2d20.
No,
okay.
no, I just want.
Oops,
So
sorry,
she is
got
just
window.
booking it.
Yep.
I probably shouldn't be doing that, but I shouldn't be doing that. You don't spend momentum.
Oh, look at that.
Haven't got any
Okay,
problems with that
that's
at all.
2 successes. Right. And the arms that you saw come out, in fact, for 2 successes, I reckon you saw a head as well. The arms that came out, they were almost human, but not entirely. They had long, you weren't sure if they were long nails or actually talons. The skin was close wrapped around the bones. There was probably was muscle under there, but not much of it. There was, and the screams that started almost instantly as these two guys were jerked off their feet and pulled in are really, actually, while you're still booking it, they're terrified and in pain. There's something the hell's going on inside that building. So entirely
Mummies.
your call as to whether or not you still book it for the building or whether or not you don't. You've scared off the guy on horseback anyway.
Exactly, I terrified him. We're going to need to face these
Chuck
guys.
your axe at him.
She wonder what you.
I was thinking more chucking my spear.
Yeah.
At the guy on horseback.
No, at the arms coming out of the building.
You barely get a chance. You kind of you grip your mace, you charge around the corner, and the guy on the horse gets a bow. They get half a glance, and then suddenly they're just grabbed and dragged into the building. You can't see them from where you are by the time you've got your spear ready to throw.
Sorry, I'm thinking more just chucking my spear into the building, trying to get any form of identifying noise, seeing if I make any. It's a pure loss.
Okay.
Not chucking actually at anything, but if anything else, it's killing the poor blokes who obviously are having a rather unpleasant death because that
Okay.
was definitely not human.
If you're going to actually hit randomly throwing in, you're going to need 3 successes to hit.
That
Is a really
fine.
daunting shot.
I'm not really. It's more just of a identifier rather than actual expectant to hit anything.
That's fine. You can roll as many dice as you want. If you want to give me doom, please feel free.
I reckon you're doing all right. Just to
I
can use up some of our
don't think I'm doing that
momentum,
great
can't
on
we?
doom.
It's a momentum belt.
no, it's
So
my thought process
you
is
can.
chucking. I'm not chucking my primary weapon away. It's more they know that we're there anyway, and if anything, the movement might make something draw out, so I get another look at it. Basically.
And at the end of the day, your enemy of your enemy is your friend and all that.
Yeah, that works.
Going from what the king said before, I don't think these are our friends.
Me, I'm still loving the statement that they know we're here already but that's fine.
This is
That's fine. Okay, so you throw your spear. What are you attacking them while you throw your spear, or are you going to?
I will probably pause to see what reaction a spear has.
Okay. No, that's all good. Right, I need to open up. What do I need to open up? I need to open up page 308. Right. Give me half a sec while I change to something. Okay, so you lob a spear. It rattles off. It rattles through the door. Actually, roll me 2d20. If you're gonna throw it, I still want a 2d20. Where you can spend momentum if you want to, but
No, you're all right.
Might have spent 1.
That's 15.
And another 1.
Oh, sorry. Yep. 15 and 13. I don't know the stats of my
missed the
spear off the
door.
top of my head. Yeah, that's not going to be 3 successes.
okay.
Funnily
No,
enough.
it's not going to be 3. What's your range? Your ranged weapon. Actually, your ranged weapon's a 12-1.
Ah, where did you find that? That's just what I was hunting for.
Underneath coordination on the right-hand side, about halfway down the page.
I'm looking on the left underneath my weapons. Ah, yes, there we go. Sorry, I was being daft. Thank you.
That's all right. Okay, so you lob this spear and then stop. Roughly, I mean, you were 30 foot back when you started running. How far back are you when you lob the spear, or when you stop?
Between 20 and 18.
Okay, yeah. So you haven't covered quite half the ground. You just see that and go, stuff that, and throw the spear. Okay, Actian and Baldur, is there anything you want to do this round?
Sorry, did we see what actually took the bad guys? What grabbed them and pulled them in?
Not really. It did sound quite a bit. Oh, you basically just saw arms, but they didn't look entirely human. They were talons and stuff.
Okay, well, seeing as the Assyrians are no longer in the way, I'm going to carry on moving towards the ziggurat.
And so am I.
I'm guessing skirting this doorway quite a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or are you going to go a different way?
I'll go on the other side of the street.
Let's skirt the doorway.
Okay, yeah. So other side of the street from the doorway and make your way round. Okay, are you going to try and do that as quietly as possible, or just kind of see if anything comes out? It's down to it, but you're going to
as quickly as possible. But I'm also keeping my Barossian bow ready.
I'm keeping my sword and shield out, so yeah.
Okay.
Just keeping quiet, not banging them together or anything, just strolling along.
Okay, I'm going to say that combat's over, so I'm going to say somebody drop a momentum.
I'll
Don't
chuck
care who
it
it
in
is,
the
but we
don't drop one, because I gained one from my minor action anyway, which I didn't take. So
Okay.
Okay.
do I get a chance to try and drop the rider before he gets away?
You get one shot at it, yeah.
Nope.
No. Could have been worse. It wasn't a 20. Okay, so no, you fire off and your arrow just your arrow clips a building near him, and he just kind of glances back and dives off down a side street. You guys work your way up, and you go past the doorway. As you get near the doorway, again, there's this stench coming from it. The room inside is really dark. Are you trying to stay as far away from it as possible, or trying to see what's going on in there, or
Keep an eye on it on the way past.
Yeah, just keep an eye on it on the way past, but just try and get past as quickly as I
If
can.
we see something, we see something. If we don't,
yeah? No, there's just it's dark in there. It's one of the few buildings that's still got a roof on it.
where's that flame arrow?
But you can
Yeah,
hear.
I was saying I'd be tempted to throw a torch in there, but knowing the importance of our mission, I won't.
Are any of you carrying
really-
torches?
Yes.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
lit, but I've got them on me ready if I need to.
Okay.
You really wish to walk past, leaving those things at our back?
Well, they're helping us so far.
Well, they
Okay.
haven't shown sign of wanting to come into the dark yet, but that may change once the sun goes down.
They attacked the king. He said earlier that his men were killed by creatures.
Okay, if you want to go into the nice big dark place where we can't see what's going on, feel free. Me, I'm going to the ziggurat where the woman screamed from. That's where the money is.
Well, I'm thinking more where the life is at the moment.
Yeah, in the dark building over there isn't the place where the life is at the moment. If they want to come after us, there are holes all over this place. They'll come after us anywhere we like. They are always going to be always around us. We've seen the hole in the original building they've come out of. We know they're in that building over there, or at least they've got a way into that building over there. I think the only place to go and get them is to basically go and find out where the head is and cut it off.
Or
With the
try-
smell of decay, I don't think they'll follow royalty or leadership or whatever. We need to get to Amanet as quick as we can.
Very well.
Okay. So yeah, you guys kind of stay in the shadows on the other side of the street. You can't quite see into the building. There is the sound of tearing flesh. Something's eating in there, and there is this charnel reek of death and decay.
So they're busy, so we're safe.
They
They're not eating us. That's good. Exactly my thoughts, Charlie.
Yep.
they definitely seem to be busy at the
We
moment.
have a bit of time, lads.
Okay. You guys
Yes.
made the observation test to get yourself to the to there. So, okay. So yeah, you guys make your way further on. You turn a corner and you can see the ziggurat at the end of the street in front of you. It's a wide, what would have been kind of like a wide boulevard leading up to it. but it's again, there's buildings that have fallen down. It's less in decay than the stuff further out towards the outskirts, but in front is this huge black ziggurat, several stories high. Somebody want to make me an observation test?
Oh yes, please.
I think
I'm gonna say
Charlie's good at them, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm gonna say unaided, but
you can do that if you want.
You're looking for two successes on it.
I'm 12-2 if anyone can beat that.
Yeah, 12-3 and a re-roll.
Yeah, I'm 12-2 and a re-roll, but yeah, you win.
Unaided, that means nobody's going to help me, but I can still chuck one of my
you can still, you can pay momentum for it. That's
I'll
fine.
pay a momentum then.
All yours, Charlie.
Chucked in a momentum.
Okay, roll 3 dice.
Gives me
3d20 if you've put in a momentum.
I'll another one then. That's me 3d20. I've got one success. I can re-roll one of them. And that's definitely there.
3 successes.
3 successes.
Okay. You can have momentum back. Okay. As the twilight of the sun strikes the ziggurat, you can see there are multiple things crawling up and down it, or they don't seem to be so much walking on it, but they're moving on it. From the distance you are from it, you can't quite make out the details.
What are they, like people with long arms and legs or something?
But yeah, well, kind of people-sized, people-shaped. From what you've heard, they might be people, but from what you've heard, they could be whatever it was that attacked earlier. But yeah, you're not quite sure from this distance, but you can see shapes. You can see the shapes of people on the ziggurat.
Check my Ghosting catalogue to see what sort of monster it is.
It's not quite that kind of. If anybody wants to make me a lore roll, they can.
A lore roll?
I would like somebody that was actually got at least. Has anybody got at least one experience in lore?
Nope.
It's under
I have
8.
Simon has.
If you 1-1.
If you would like to make a roll, you can, but you're looking for 2 successes.
And I've just get to roll just 2d20, don't I?
You can chuck in a.
You can chuck in momentum if you want to.
I'll chuck a momentum in then. Just the one.
Okay.
So that makes it 3, doesn't it?
Yeah.
2 successes.
Okay. On 2 successes, trying to find the right point here. It's on there somewhere. Is it on there?
Is that 2 points of lore?
There are stories of creatures who will who are cursed to eat human flesh. Dark things from beyond. It's unusual, but you've heard legends of them. Generally in dark, unknown places. Let me just check. You know what? I'm sure there's something in here which says somebody can make a check and. Nope, I don't want that. Yeah, so you've heard rumors of ghouls before, dark creatures that get sustenance from eating the flesh of humans. That does sound very much like what you're dealing with, foul sorcerous beings.
Are we at the ziggurat yet?
You can basically, yeah. So you can cross to the ziggurat and you can decide what you're going to do when you're there. So talk to me about what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Are there figures on the ziggurat at the moment?
Yes. Yeah, there are figures climbing up near the top. There may be some around on different levels. The thing's about sort of three or four stories high. You can pick the side that you think has the least on them from what you've seen.
Okay. Can we see any sign of Amonette?
No.
Oh, well, we're going to have to go in.
There is...
Yeah.
You can hear the staccato bark of these things calling to one another. And from deep within, sounds like from within, but from the top, you can hear maybe some kind of chanting coming. There's a pulsing nature. It's this kind of barking, cheeping sound that you've heard them make before.
Sounds to me like that's something we should interrupt if we want to get some money. So I'm about to take a bow shot from here. Louis, are there any intact buildings, intact roofs, or something like that anywhere in the area? I'm looking for a point where we can fire up to the ziggurat and then get them to charge us, but have a smaller area to cover. Do you see what I mean?
So you're looking for what? A building that you can get into and up onto the roof of?
Yeah, try and make it a bit more defensible.
Yeah, you'd be able to find. There's probably one or two with, you might not want to stand right in the middle of the roofs. That if you do find a roof that's still intact, you might not want to be right in the middle of that roof. But you could definitely find something you reckon you could get up onto the top of if you wanted to.
So I'm thinking we try and draw them to us. What do we all think to this plan?
I agree.
Sounds okay.
Other than that,
Makes
it just
sense.
means a charge up the side of the cigarette, which I think is going to be bad.
So we should find a sensible place and wait for them to come to us. Yeah.
It's definitely not crawling with them. There are groups on it. I mean, it's a big building.
Let's start at that building. I'll take a couple of pot shots with my bigger bow, and we'll see what they do. See if they come after us. If they don't come after us, then we'll start making our way up the side of the building, chopping them into little bits.
Any thoughts on trying to light an arrow? See if that.
Well, I was thinking of lighting a torch by the doorway into the ziggurat after we went in. So if we're going into this building, drop a torch into the doorway of the building. As the description that we had was, they are creatures that like the dark, so let's not make it very dark for them.
Okay. The one thing that, when you say that, Neferet, who's still with you, points out, she points out that when Satabus was attacked, the area that he was in was outside, and it was several hours ago in broad daylight. So whether they like the light or not, it doesn't seem to stop them. The other thing is she's saying, but if you attract them, that's still not gonna get Amonette back.
Okay, what about if we try and fling a torch in a random direction to try and lure them away from the entranceway we want to go in at?
I mean, there are doorways built into the side of this thing, so there's basically it's like a pyramid but with no top, and there are 4 separate stairways up, one on each side. It's kind of like, do you know what I mean, like by a Mexican pyramid?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So
Okay,
there are
if we go in, guys, we're in close combat. Okay, if we go into this thing, we are in close range combat. The bows probably won't be any good. It probably will be all melee.
I should still be all right with my. We should be all right with Hickonian because they're close quarter bows.
I see no problem with that.
Okay, no, that's fine. Let's do that then.
What I'd like to do before we charge in, though, potentially, Louis, is set fire to a random building. Again, similar to my original plan, but in the opposite direction from where we want to go. So to try and distract any ghouls from where we're going.
How are you planning on setting fire to the building?
I've got a torch, so once I set the torch alight,
Yeah, but the building.
I'm sure there's.
The building's
Building's made of stone.
But do they live in stone seats, stone chairs, stone tables?
Every building you've been in's been pretty much desolate and deserted.
Curtains, slats.
It's all right. I mean, the stone for most of these buildings has been kind of polished smooth by centuries. This place has been deserted for probably thousands of years.
Okay. Let's just go in.
Yeah.
Who's going in first?
I will.
Well, you're going to have to climb. I like to say this ziggurat's about 4 stories tall. So you could try one of the doorways on the sides, or you could try and get up in. I mean, when I say doorways, I'm saying, you know, as you go up, there's kind of small doorways off on some of the corners. But basically, it's kind of like a climb up to the top. And then there's probably some kind of entrance way. The big entrance way would be at the top.
Are you going to fire some arrows first, Baldur, or?
Well, we seem to have ditched that idea, and we seem to have gone for this idea of just getting in the closest entrance to the ziggurat we can. Do we still want to do that? Do we still want me to fire some arrows? I don't mind. I don't care. Okay, I'll make the decision for us. Louis, I am taking aim at the top of the thing. I want to try and hit someone close to the top of the ziggurat. And I'm going to take my time doing so.
Okay, yeah, no, you can pick out a group of about sort of 5 or 6 up near the top of the ziggurat. You can draw back and take a couple of rounds to aim. I'll give you if you're really going to wait and you're really going to concentrate, I'll just give you 5 dice for nothing on that. That's
how high is the ziggurat?
It's about 4 floors. So what, kind of 50
so
foot, something like that?
My ranged weapon is a target number 16 and my focus is 3.
So would mine would be a long shot, wouldn't it, with my Herconian?
Yeah.
Okay, so seeing Simon aim, I think I'd do the same.
Oh dear.
Exactly the same.
Oh dear. So I rolled a 13, a 9, an 18, a 1, and a 20.
Right. So the 18s are not hit.
Yep.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes and a consequence.
Yes.
Okay.
Do I roll the same?
Let's do Simon's attack first.
Yes, do Simon first.
So, roll your roll me your damage.
So the big bow is 4 dice, wasn't it?
And actually, I'll give you 2 momentum.
Yeah,
for
it's
that.
4 damage. So that's 4d6, isn't it?
Have you got anything for coordination or no? Okay, yeah,
No.
yeah. That's straight 4d6.
Oh, hang on, what happened there? So, dice.
Oh, that'll do. 5?
5 points. If you spend one of those momentum you got, you take him down in one shot.
I'll spend one of those momentum I've got.
Hang on a sec. This is your Bossian bow, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Automatic 5 points of damage.
So you've got what's the what are the qualities
Piercing.
of that bow? It's got piercing. He's not wearing armor. So yeah, if you spend 1 point to take that to 6 points of damage, that is. Hang on, I think piercing just goes through armor, doesn't it?
It ignores 2 points of armor. Yes.
Yeah. So against these guys, that's not a lot of use because they're not wearing any
So you
armor.
kill it anyway then.
So roll me 1 point of if you spend 1 point of momentum, then you.
I've spent a point of
take it down.
momentum.
Okay, so this thing just kind of spins and drops almost soundlessly as you take it down. Okay, I will get on to your consequence in a minute because I am guessing that Genghis is firing at exactly the same point.
Yep.
So you can roll me a straight 5 dice because you've spent a couple of rounds aiming. Oh, okay. Is the 15 a hit?
I've got 3 hits there.
Okay, so your 14, your 15 miss, so it's a 6 and 2 for the 2. So
Yep.
3 hits. I will give you a couple of momentum as well, because frankly, I think you're going to need it.
Plus an extra 1 for the marksman.
Okay, yeah. So, okay. Check my doom spend. Yeah.
So that's 5d6.
That's 5d6. Go for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
7.
7 is definitely enough that you take this one down as well. So 2 of these things just hit the dirt. The other couple of guys that are with them, they just start. They dive for cover and are barking to one another. And in the background, you can hear the sound of come on, the sound of this chanting just continuing. But they start barking to one another, and there are answering barks from other points of the
Ziggurat.
from other points of the ziggurat. I'm just trying to find my thing for somewhere I've got doom spend. But yeah, they definitely spot you, and I'm going to say that 2 of them that are close to you start charging towards you, and yeah, sod it. I'm going to spend a couple of doom to have them both go first. So, what are Actian and Cager doing while these guys are lining up the bow shots?
Cage is going to be beginning to move in.
Okay, so Cager's moving towards the ziggurat. What's Actian doing?
I'm moving in with it.
Okay. So from out of one side, these 2 ghouls just charge in towards Baldur and towards Genghis. They're coming from one of the buildings off to one side. Right, that doesn't happen yet. That doesn't happen yet. What am I using to use that? Sorry, give me half a sec while I work out. I'm trying to remember what you use for a threaten attack as they get there. No, you know what? I'm just going to have them charge you. So 2 of them charge you. They're toughened, so they can go 1-on-1 with you. So I am going to spend a doom for the first one. So he gets to roll 3d20 on his attack on Baldur.
Slash R.
Slash R, that's it. Okay, and it's combat and it's agility. So I'm on a 10-1. Okay, so that's 3 successes, which means that I get... yeah, they go first, but they have not completely blindsided you. So... Baldur can parry that attack if he wants to, but I've got a feeling, because you're not using a parry weapon and you've not got a shield out, that's going to cost you a doom to do that.
Yeah, go on, have the point of doom.
I think that's the way that works.
How far away are we? Am I?
You're not that far away.
How far is not that far? Because I can parry for somebody else.
Okay. Yeah, no, you can if you want to. You can interject and parry for them if you want to jump in front of Baldur as the attack goes down.
Yeah. With the sword and shield.
So what happens is if you fail, if you make no successes, the attack still hits Baldur. If you manage to succeed but not enough, the attack hits you. Mm-hmm. And if you succeed and you better the three attacks, then you manage to parry it.
Okay.
Sorry, miss. Was that a skill, or can anyone do that?
Let's let Actian do that this time. So Actian's going to jump in.
Yep.
Do you want to spend momentum?
I was about to. At least one. I've got one to spend. Has anybody else got a spare one they want to throw in?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of spare there, Charlie, so...
Yeah, go on, Nick, my 2. 1, 2. 5. It's not as brilliant as it looked. I think I only got 2 out of that.
You only got 2? What's your parry rating?
Where is my parry rating buried in this lot? 14-3.
14-3. So you got 3.
Yeah,
that's okay. So so this thing comes out of the darkness towards Baldur, and Actian just glances round, leaps back, and just like slams his shield in between as this thing's talons just rake down it. Okay. So the other one is... How
does the doom cost of parry work?
The doom cost of parry. I didn't take doom for that attack,
so I can't reduce that. Okay, that's fine.
That parry. No, normally you would have to spend doom in order to parry. You don't, because you have multiple ways to offset that.
Yeah.
So you are a parrying machine.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other one attacks Genghis.
Can I jump in, or not possible?
Give me a sec. So combat is a 1. Okay, so he only gets 2 attacks. Yeah, you can jump in and parry if you want to. What are you? Have you got a shield?
Yeah.
Axe, big axe.
I've got a big axe.
Carrying?
I've got a broadsword.
You've got a broadsword.
No, I do not have a shield.
You don't have a shield.
Do you have deflection?
Were you using your battle axe, weren't you?
Yep.
Okay, so you don't automatically get parry from using the battle axe.
Oh no, sorry, I've been using the broadsword because it's got a higher damage.
Okay, I will point out, it's got higher damage, but it isn't intense or vicious. And intense and vicious are nice. So when you're rolling those damage dice, if you're using the battle axe, every time you roll a 5 or a 6, you do 2 damage instead of 1 damage.
Ah, okay.
And equally, if you wound it, you do 2 wounds, not 1.
In which case, I probably have been using the battle axe.
Okay.
Sorry.
So Yeah, no, that's fine. But that means you don't have parrying. You do have. You've got deflection, which okay. So yeah, so your first parry of a combat round will not cost you any doom. So that's free. So yeah, you get to roll. You are looking to for 2 or better.
Okay, again, I'll use my 2 momentum.
Okay, so 4 dice.
D20, not double D, you stupid twit. Okay, that's not brilliant.
Ooh, that's not good. So what were you? 14-3?
That sounds about right.
That is 1 success. So it hits you on that. Okay, so it is doing 4 dice of damage with grappling and vicious. So slash R 4d6.
Disengage.
Ouch.
Ha 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 ha.
5.
Right, let me find my
Fire hand or whatever the special is.
yeah. So no, that's not. Yeah, so that's 5 straight away.
3 specials.
Vicious gives it. That's an extra
2 wounds.
2. So that's up to 7. Grappling. Now, what I'm not sure is whether or not grappling needs to be used in addition to dealing damage. If 1 or more effects are rolled, the weapon may ensnare the target, and instead, the target is unable to. Okay, right. So you are grappled. We'll get onto what that means in a minute. You automatically. So you take 7 damage. It hits you in the left arm. Are you wearing armor on your left arm?
I am. I have 2 points of armor.
2 points of armor. Right. That would normally then. My first thing is you will take 5 points of vigor damage, which is enough to take a wound. You don't think you can burn momentum to get rid of damage, can you?
No, I don't believe so.
What about vigor? What about fortune?
I think you may be able to spend fortune to do it. What you could do, what I know you can do, is fortune spends. I haven't got fortune spends written down. What you can do is you could spend. You could basically say that armor's useless, and basically you'll take the 5 points of vigor damage, but you won't take a wound from it.
And my battle axe is a 2. I've got battle axe that says size UB.
That is unbalanced. That's 2-handed.
Okay. Which would relegate me back to my broadsword, but I could still.
No. You'll take, if you take a wound, you can still use that. You'll just be if you take 5 vigor in 1 hit, that would be a wound. So what that will do is basically for the rest of this adventure, actually you could get it treated until you get it treated. Although thinking about this adventure, basically till the end of this adventure. You would then have 1 extra success needed on anything you do that's physical because of that wound. But you can still work. You can still do things. It's just a lot more difficult. Or you can spend a fortune point to ignore that wound for a scene, but only for a scene.
Okay.
If you throw away your armor, it means that your left arm no longer has any armor. But it means that you take the 5 vigor points, but you don't take the wound.
Okay. Oh, so it's the armor that's useless as opposed to the gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
You have a quick look and see if there's something. There are some reference sheets in the back of this. I'll see if there's something on fortune spend, because I've got a feeling you might be able to spend fortune in order to.
That's all right for the moment. I'll leave the fortune for the moment, as it may well be more useful if this fight continues, for
Is-
depending on how long it continues.
You can get a bonus dice, you can get a bonus action, you can get a second wind to recover all lost vigor or resolve, choose one. Overcome weakness, ignore the effects of wounds or trauma, story declaration. Yep. No, you can spend fortune to recover all your vigor, but you can't spend it to avoid a wound. So if you so this thing basically rips the I'm trying to work out what kind of armor you had. You got a brigandine long coat, and this thing basically just rips the arm of it to shreds. But it so you take 5 points of vigor damage. You drop your left arm armor down to 0, but you don't take a wound.
Cool. Okay.
Have we started with a fresh slate today? Because I was carrying 2 wounds last time.
Were you?
Yeah.
You picked up? How did you pick up 2 wounds?
I picked up 2 wounds. I don't know why, but I picked up 2 wounds. We got 5 damage twice.
Shit. Okay, in which case, I wish you'd mentioned that earlier because it would have massively changed. Actually, you haven't done that much fighting this time.
I haven't done any fighting yet.
No. Okay, that is unless you spend a fortune, that is going to hit you quite hard. Yeah. No, you don't. You don't regain wounds. You could treat. You could have treated. We could try treating wounds retroactively.
Didn't you get treated when Simon was doing the prince or the king or the? I'm sure
you might have done. I think you might have done.
Oh, fair enough.
All right. Well, what we'll do if we don't know, we'll roll for that in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. So grappling. One or more effects are rolled, and instead target is unable to move or take action except to attempt an acrobatics or athletics check with a difficulty equal to the number of effects rolled against an ensnared target. The difficulty of an exploit action is reduced by 1 step. If the grappling weapon is a melee weapon, the weapon's wielder may not attack with the grappling weapon against anyone else while the target is ensnared. Further, the target attacker may not move away. So so this thing's got hold of you. You will need to, on your action, take an acrobatics or athletics check with the difficulty of 2 to get away from it.
Okay.
Okay, so those 2 things attack. However, that then opens up. It is now top of the round, and you guys can take whatever action you want to take. So whoever wants to go first can go first.
Simon shot first last time, so he should go first this time.
This game, anybody can go. Characters go first unless I cheat, which I just did by spending Doom. So any of you can take an action.
How many creatures have we got in melee with us at the moment, Louis?
Only the 2.
Okay, I'm gonna drop. Can I drop my berm? Draw my whip?
You can.
Okay, and will you allow me to strike this turn?
Yep. Yeah, you pull out that melee, wicked new snakeskin whip that you had.
Yeah. And I shall see if I can hit one of them. Who's the closest one?
Go for attacking Kadra.
The one who Charlie defected, probably, because he went for you.
The one that's closest to you is the one that Actian did, because basically Actian's leapt between you and this ghoul and just got his shield in the way. So yeah, that's the one that's closest to you. So you can.
Okay, I'm going to try and hit him, but I don't have any momentum to spend. So that would
if you want some, sir.
Well, that means I'm only going to roll 2d20. If I spend a point, that gives me an extra dice. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Take one.
Or you can give me Doom.
Or I can give you
take
Doom.
A momentum.
Okay.
You can take momentum and give me Doom. All right.
I'm not sure on that.
2.
Pretty sure that's going to be 2.
Yeah.
Quick look at Baldur's melee is bloody hell 13-2. For an archer, you've got quite a lot of melee skill as well. Okay, so you got 13-2. So yeah, it's still only 2, but that's not bad. Yep. Okay, so you do 2 damage. You do 2 to it. I am not going to spend to parry that, I don't think, because I've not got that much doom in the pot. So you get a momentum for that. Roll your damage.
So that's going to be a damage of. Unfortunately, I haven't got the stats listed for a whip, Louis. I only got the stats listed for a sword.
I thought you'd got that on your second
no,
page.
Tell a lie,
Second page of your character sheet.
3 damage, fearsome, 2, and grapple.
Okay, so roll to attack.
So that's 3d6, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, 4.
Actually, was it 3? Yes, it was 3d6.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 points. So fearsome and grapple don't come in, so you do 4 points of damage to it, which is still enough to hit it fairly hard. Oh, that's a point.
What?
Yes. Okay. I should really make you do that before you do this, but we're so far down this and I forgot, so we'll do it in a minute. Okay. So that drops the ghoul from 11 down to, what did you do? 4 points of damage to it. You can spend, actually, that's going to drop it by 4. If you want to spend a momentum, because you earned a momentum from that, you can spend that on damage, which will push it to 5, which will wound it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So that drops it to 6. And it gains a wound. Okay. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to. I'm going to let everybody act this turn before we take into account Charnel's stink. Okay, so Baldor's gone. Who's going next?
If I go next,
I'm probably going to fire an arrow at the one who just hit Kaja as she just jumped in and took a pretty hefty blow for me.
Yep. Okay. You know the the drill by now.
Yeah.
Tell
So
me how many
it's.
dice you're going to roll.
I'm also going to use my minor action to gain the momentum, and I'll also use the momentum on these. So I'll stay even and just roll 3d20.
Okay.
And that's 2 solid hits.
Okay. You only needed 1, so I am going to I'm trying
Credit
to
me 1.
Yeah, I will credit you 1. I am trying to remember whether or not interspersing yourself, so defending somebody, counts as an action or not.
if somebody's grappling someone, does that put them at a sort of disadvantage?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So they grappled Cager and now you're hitting them. So
Brace, recover standard. Clear, drop item.
Yeah, so the 18 hits, right? Yeah, Charlie?
Yeah.
No.
it's a crit.
No, actually, no, because what he's trying to do is shoot without hitting Cager.
Yeah.
But they can't dodge because they're grappling.
Okay, defend is
So
a reaction.
that's
it's not
1,
action.
2, 3 with 2 effects. I'll re-roll 2 of them.
It's 3, that's 5.
4, 5. So that's 5 points of damage. And I'm assuming ghouls aren't that well armored.
They
7
are
points,
not that
7
well
points of damage.
Why is it 7?
Ones are 2 points, and no, that's 2s.
Oh.
Go on.
Yeah.
2's are 2. So that's 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so that drops it to 6 as well, and also likewise causes it a wound.
I'm good at wounding.
Yeah, which brings us round to either Kaja or Actian.
So what am I going to do with my wounds? Come on.
Your wounds. Okay, who was the person with medical skill that was treating?
Me.
Simon.
Okay, Simon, can you roll a? I think we just did this as a straight roll. I don't think we spent momentum on it, but I can't remember.
So I'm rolling 2d20, yeah?
I think it was rolling 2d20 to see how many on a medicine roll you could do.
Okay, my medicine is...
It's
My
gonna be-
healing is 11. I've got
Okay.
a focus of 3 and an experience of 3.
Okay, so it's a
Same as
15.
me.
So 15-3. Okay, so yeah. In which
Do I need
case,
to re-roll any of those?
no, they're great. They're both successes. So in which case, Charlie,
Yeah.
mark your 2 wounds as treated.
How do I mark them as treated? Rub them
I-
here, or
No. They're treated. So
Until you take another wound,
put a T in the
you
box.
can ignore them.
yeah, put a T in the box.
Rub the boxes out and put T's in. All right.
Yeah. If you take any more damage, they reopen. If you take any more wounds, they reopen.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So So Actian and Kaja, who wants to go first?
So, does spending one of my whatever they are points,
Fortune points?
fortune points, that will take one of those wounds out anyway, won't it?
No.
No.
No. A fortune point will let you ignore the penalties for a wound for a single scene.
But I'm not wounded technically at the moment, so.
Nope.
No.
So okay, so I'm going to attack the guy with my sword, I suppose.
Okay, go for it.
Could I have?
Do you want a momentum, Charlie?
Yeah, just one.
Okay, you have it, sir.
And pray. That's 1.
Okay,
That's 2. Sorry, it's 2.
that's 2.
I've got
Okay,
14. Yes, 2.
right. I'll give you momentum back because at the moment you don't need one for this. Like I say, I should have been doing Charnel Reek, but I haven't done yet. That is, that hits. Rolling damage.
I've got bonus damage of melee 2 as well as
I think that's taken into account.
in my damage 6.
I think you're because the weapons are 4, and we've taken into account your we've taken into account that with the 6.
Okay.
66.
Which is not a bad roll.
Yeah. That's not bad.
1, 2, 4, 5.
3,
Can you re-roll any of
4,
them?
5. I don't think I get any re-rolls.
Okay,
Still
so
5.
that's 5. You're using a sword, so it's not got any. There's no actual effects there.
I'm using a tool, yeah.
Okay, so you're attacking the
one in front of me.
Jump in front. Who did
The
you
one
jump
Simon
in front
hit.
of? That was the one Simon hit. Okay, that drops it to 1 and scores it an extra wound. That one is dead. It goes down.
Yay.
Huzzah.
Which just leaves Kaja. Now, all you can do is try and get free of this grapple.
Okay.
So you need 2 successes on either acrobatics or athletics.
And I have no bonuses or anything with either, do I? No, I do not. Acrobatics 3 to 13. Sorry, acrobatics or
Acrobatics or athletics.
I've got the same in both, so I will go with acrobatics. That's the top of the line.
Hey. So do you want it? You can spend momentum. You can nick momentum from somebody and spend that if you want to.
Could I please steal a momentum off somebody?
Yep.
You can steal one of me, or them. Yeah, go, Doug.
Why, thank you, sir. Okay, so 3 D20, not slash, you twit. There we go.
Slash, go on, slash.
Ooh.
That is 2 successes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So so you managed to shake yourself free and roll out of the way, but that is your action done for this turn.
Cool.
You can use a fortune to take another standard action and have a smack at the bugger.
I'm going to point out, okay, it's the end of the round and characters go first. And if
right, cool.
If you spend that, hang on, if you spend a fortune, I think that's just a standard second action. Is if you can burn momentum to gain an extra action, but if you do that, it's at a higher difficulty.
Yep. Momentum.
Bonus action.
Fortune is a
Yeah,
standard action with no penalties.
bonus action. Okay, so just let me do this for half a sec. So Charles, that. Right, I need to know what dazed is. Come on, conditions.
It's before tomorrow, isn't it?
No, it's confused. Okay, right. So as we are into the next round, I should have done this last round, but we were already through a whole stack of stuff. So we are at the top of the round. I think everybody is within close range of these two ghouls.
One.
So you need
One
to
ghoul.
make. Well, yeah, and the body of the second. So you need to make a difficulty 1 resistance check, or become dazed. Unless you add 1 point of doom, in which case you suffer 1 fatigue and 1 despair.
So roll 2 d20s and see what we get.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
It did.
Really, oh dear.
Oh, good. Right, so that's 4. Yeah, but at least they knew how many dice to roll.
Yep. That's good. 1 success.
Okay, so you're doing okay. Who hasn't rolled yet?
I've got nothing at all.
Oh, did Dougie roll?
First.
Dougie rolled first. Is that no success, or is that a success?
That, sir, is... Let me look.
Resistance
That's
time.
resistance.
Nil point.
Okay, so nil point, so you're dazed. Charlie, I'm guessing that's a...
That's a fail. Yep.
Okay, so you're
Bigger than
dazed.
12. Yep.
Simon?
I got a 20 and a
So did I.
9.
And a 9. What's your resistance?
My resistance is...
I think it's against brawn.
It is.
There's actually resistance score in it, right at the bottom.
resistance 8, so that's no success at all.
Okay, so you're dazed. Cager, who's been face to face with this thing.
In a grapple.
Yeah, obviously just smells like her mother.
Come over here and say that.
That's basically what Cager says, isn't it? So yeah, this thing's ripped your arm to bits. You shake it free. I'm going to suggest that you probably have the first take your action first next turn.
That was slightly my thought. Assuming you weren't going to spend more of your dooms.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Okay, do you want to spend? What's the 20s do? I just took Doom for the 20s. To be honest, this time round.
Ooh,
I couldn't
sneaky.
think of anything straight off the top for this one, so.
You could.
Well, I could, but I thought I'll see how this is going because we're going to need to finish in a minute. So.
Go on in.
Yeah.
Right. So, Cager.
I'm going. Can I please steal a memento off somebody again?
Yep. Take it away.
Oh, actually, we've only got 2. No,
It's
leave
gone.
it.
Stay out there.
Okay, never mind. Thank you.
Yeah, but have we only got 1 Phobel? If you could put that ghoul down, we're
Fair
not in
point.
immediate danger straight away.
And it won't be the end of a round, so we'll lose one anyway. So
Cool. Right, I'm attacking.
that's good.
That's 4 successes, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, you only needed 1, so
Gain 3 momentum.
gain 3 momentum,
Thank you, sir. Most kind.
and you
Is it
can
your
roll
axe?
your damage. Yeah, Dougie, dazed it's on the Conan reference sheet I made up. Dazed. All skill tests performed by dazed character increase in difficulty 1 step until the dazed condition ends. So all attacks, instead of needing 1 success, you need 2 success.
All right. Okay. Got it.
Now, it does say under this that Okay, I'm going to get Cager to.
Well,
do
she's not
her-
dazed, so go for it.
No, so she can roll her damage.
Which is 3d6, isn't it, with vicious?
Yeah.
Sorry, not 3d6. I've got damage of 6, so it's 6d6. Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
I think
She
so.
gets rerolls though, doesn't she?
Yep.
1, 2, 3,
Haven't you
5,
eaten
6, 7. Oh,
So you do 7 damage plus 1, 2, 3 of those are effects, and your axe.
It's dead anyway. It's only got 6 left.
vicious.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
just to say this, so your axe is vicious, which means that you would do, instead of 7 damage, you do 10 damage,
And I get to reroll.
which you don't really want to. There's no point. You're on 10. Now, the other thing I will point out, because when you're using swords, it doesn't matter, but
I am vicious.
intense on that axe
Yep.
means that if an intense attack inflicts 1 or more harms per target, it inflicts 1 additional harm. So in this case, this is wounds. So if this thing was not already wounded, you've
4
just
wounds.
done 4 wounds to it. I think it's 4, not 3. Is it for each wound that it does it?
Yeah, so 1 wound an additional, 1 wound with an additional 1, so 4.
I think it's dead.
No, it's 1 or more harms. So it's 3.
Okay.
So yeah, so you've just it's now got 4 wounds. It only went down when you hit it with 2, but yeah,
Can it now be chopped into 4 pieces? Because I'm annoyed because it
I
damaged
think
my
it's in
armor.
more than 4
it
pieces.
basically
I think
was in 4
Simon's asleep.
pieces as you hit the floor. As it hit the floor, it was already in several pieces.
Down,
Excellent.
down, deeper and down.
Okay, it's gone 11 o'clock, so I am gonna say that you call that there, but that was just 2 of those things. There are now a number of them coming down the pyramid towards the fight at the bottom of it.
A number.
A number.
Undisclosed at this stage.
Undisclosed at this stage. Well, there's definite movement on the pyramid.
Yeah.
You've been kind of busy up to
That's
this
all right.
point.
No. Before you press the button and hang up this time, do you want to end the live session?
Yeah. So, yeah, no, next time round, we will hopefully finish Vultures of Shem.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if anybody is watching this, hey, sorry. All right. I'll see you guys.
Do we need to keep an eye on our Doom and our other bits?
We'll do that in a sec.
Right.